Hey, what's up, guys? Hopefully this is loud enough for you. Elena, this one's for you. I hope my voice is loud here. Hey, I'm going to teach you how to make all this stuff step by step. So what we're talking about here is the images of the architecture that you have that we took on our trip to San Jose. And if you didn't get these already, you're going to need to get these together very quickly because you're behind, and this is due next Friday. So let's take a look. I've got some pieces here. They're cut out. You can see a lot of straight lines here. I kind of try to focus on straight lines in the architecture because it's easier to cut out, but I'll show you some advanced techniques too for getting things like this, curved areas. And then we're going to focus on symmetry, so balanced. See that blue line right in the middle there? That's the line of symmetry, and everything in this project needs to be balanced on that line of symmetry. So if it's not, you got to move it over till it snaps right onto the middle there. And I'm going to go through this whole process right now. Feel free to fast forward through this video if you want to, and I will try and make it as clean and neat as possible. So let's go ahead and get started with just making a selection. Or let's start with bringing in the background. So I'm going to turn off everything here except for the background. I like designing with the background because it gives me something to, get inspired by right off the bat. So we're going to take cloudy skies. Remember, this is about making an image of a ship that is flying through space. And you might even call it a spaceship. So I'm going to start off with something like this. Now I'm going to go and find an image in Google, and I'm just going to search. We can go to different websites. I like websites like Unsplash is a good one. And this has a lot of really great images. You just click on the link right here, go up at the top, search high resolution images for clouds. Boom. Press return. Lots of options, some neat stuff in here. I don't really want the mountains. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I love looking through. Oh, that's really cool. See, I love looking through stuff and being like, ooh, that's cool. That's cool. If it makes you say, ooh, that's cool, you might want to try working with it, If you want to look at some other sites as well, just real quick, you can also look at Pixabay is another site, .com. I like this one as well. Let's search for clouds on this one. And cloudy sky, this one has a lot. I like the rays there, the godlight as they call it. Ooh, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. So there's some really neat things you could get into. Sometimes the background can be too distracting from your object. So it may be, like I see this one right here. Where's that one? Like this one right here, that's amazing, but that might be a little bit too distracting from what we're trying to focus on. Or this one right here, it's pretty dark. So anyway, be thoughtful about what you're choosing. Remember, your ship is the focus here. So let's try this one right here. I like this one by Chris Wynn. And I'm going to click on it, and then up here it says download for free. I want to make sure that I'm getting a large size image. Anything over 1920 is a good size image for this. You could just download the original size if you wanted to. It'd be a really high quality image. And we just click on that. It'll download. You'll see at the top here, show in the Finder. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this photo. We're going to put it into Multimedia 2, Semester 2. Hopefully you have hopefully you have a folder made. Sorry, I was going to just drop it there, but it doesn't want to go. What's up with that? There it is. Okay. Multimedia 2, Semester 2. Put it in the Symmetry folder. Take this image from their downloads and put it in the Symmetry folder. It's right here. Got that. Let's close this up. And this is really easy. You can just take this and drag and drop it into your project just like this. You'll see this image come in. Look at that. It's beautiful. Now, what we have to do is we have to think about which part of this image do we want to use for our project. So remember, it's going to be either the left or the right. You could also play around with this. Like, what happens if you turn this on its side and scale it up? Move it over. Try not to distort it. Like, don't take it and squish it or squeeze it too much, or stretch it too much, because you'll kind of lose the details there. But it'll look funny. I like this right here. I'm going to go with this negative space and see what happens with this negative space right in here with the cloud here. I'm going to press return. So if you see my image here, let's drag it to the back, keep it in the background. And then I'm going to select, and I'm going to use this tool right here, the marquee selection tool right here. If you don't see it, if it's an elliptical, hold the button down here. It's right next to the move tool. Select the rectangular marquee selection tool. Now I'm going to have this layer selected. That's important. And then I'm going to select all the pixels from this side. Very quickly, I'm going to press Command J. Command J. And it's going to duplicate that selection. Now watch. We're going to take that. There's a lot of commands here. Command T to transform. And then we're going to click this button right here that says flip along this line of symmetry. And when I do, flips over, slide it over to the side, and boom, we've got two faces looking at each other. Isn't that cool? Notice what we have over here in the layers. We've got one layer that's flipped over and then the full layer underneath. I'm going to teach you a real quick trick about how to join these things together. So if we hold the Shift key and select both of these, we can press Command E and merge those together. Command E and merge them together. You can also just select this whole thing again too. Let's see. Oh, that's good. I like that. Moving on. Let's take one of our images. Okay, so I'm going to start with this image right here. The very first thing you want to do with your images is you want to make them be saturated. Let me see if I can find one that's. I think I've done most of the work on most of these images already. Let's try this one here. Okay, so I'm going to select the image. This is the very first thing you want to do. You want to adjust the levels to it. So Command L will bring up this little dialog box, and you can see I haven't. What this shows us is the amount of darks, the amount of midtones, and the amount of lights in your image. And if you take these little sliders, you can change the values of those. And what we do is just drag them in just a little bit, the black one and the white one in towards the center, and then you can kind of adjust the balance of the gray tones in between. And then when you hit this preview button, you can see there's just a gentle change in it. Now, if you go too far with this, like if you take the blacks and drag them way over here, you're going to lose the quality of the image. You want to intensify the darks, intensify the lights, and we're just focused on the building, but not lose the detail. Okay, so that's the goal there. That's part one. Go through and do that with all of these layers here. So set up the background, then run through your layers and turn them on one by one. Press Command L. Adjust the levels. Just adjust your sliders in just a little bit on either side. Adjust the midtone to your liking. Click the preview button to see what it was before and what it is now. Press OK. And that's part one right there. Okay?